In the previous video, we talked about what we can do with the objects in edit mode. In this one, look at this guy. We're gonna model this character. I want to show you how you can model something out of pure blocks, cubes, and whatnot, like little cutting here and there, little duplicating, moving around in a way. So yeah, there is circle. Other than that, it's all basically cubes, blocks, Minecraftish character. I want to show how you can create one, model one yourselves. So let's start with the head. We create a cube. And let's begin with the ears first. Ears is basically is its own thing. If you can see here, I can move this like this. Yeah, it's separate from the head, meaning I want to create separate object, but instead of creating a cube again, here like this, moving it, try to align it and scale it, I could do something like that, something much more, let's say, comfortable. You press the tab and go to edit mode. Select the plane and Shift D to duplicate the plane. But the plane is still stuck to this face. In order to separate it from this object and create its own object, we press P and select selection, meaning we are separating this plane by selection. And when we go to object mode like back, we see this object. And if we double click to the place where the plane is, we have another separate object. But as you can see, it has every object has its origin point. But since we separated this plane from a cube initially, its origin point is the same as the origin point of the cube. Let me like put it aside and select. You see, its origin point right on the center. And since this plane was separated from the cube initially, it has its origin point here. What we need to do, right click, set origin, origin to geometry. Now its origin point is right on the center of the plane. Meaning if we scale it, it's gonna scale along the surface. But if it were here, for example, back where it was initially on the center of the cube, when we scale, it goes inside. And it's now inside the cube. That's not what we want. For that reason, we need to set origin to geometry. Now we scale along the surface, scale it so it looks like an ear, right? Somewhat. And now go to edit mode, select the surface and extrude, press E, basically. And that's pretty much our ear. And for the second ear, we don't need to create another object and try to align it like parallel to this one. We can simply use something called, I don't know if I talked about this one in the previous video or not, but there's things called modifiers in Blender, and the one we need is a mirror modifier. It just mirrors the basically creates a copy of the object, but it's the, let's say, visual copy, not necessarily the copy that you can work with. It simply mirrors the thing, but let's say, yeah. But I can't actually move it around. Like, I can only modify and work around with this one, and the other one is gonna repeat it. Like, let's hide this figure for now. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Let's say I go to edit mode and select this vertex and do something like this. You see, I did it on this side and it reflects on the other side. I can directly modify this side. I can only work with what I initially created and apply it mirror modified to. And it's just gonna like mirror it basically. I hope you understand what I mean. So yeah, we create an ear and now we need eyes, right? For the eyes, well, eyes must be like a circle, right? I can't. Maybe there is a way to use plane and turn it into circle, but for all I know right now, I can create a separate object called circle and work with that. For that, another thing about creating an object, let's say if we create a circle or cube, any object, it appears where the cursor is. As you can see here, this uh, red and white circle here with the crosshair is a cursor. And this cursor, you can move it by clicking shift and right click. And if we create an object, it appears on the circle. So what I'm doing here is simply moving cursor to the face, approximately where it is, and creating a circle. Circle, now I have to rotate the circle because it's like created this way. Yeah, we gotta rotate the circle. For this, we press R and X to rotate along the x-axis. But in order to line up it perfectly, 90 degrees, I can just, yeah, uh, type 90, and we got 90-degree circle here. We scale it a little, but if we try to extrude this circle, it's gonna look something like this, right? It's gonna be shallow, so I would prefer to fill it up, make it a kind of cylinder. Maybe we could have used cylinder, but like it's, I think, not a bad decision to fill the circle with F. As you can see, now it's filled. And simply go to edit mode and select this circle and extrude. So it's gonna be our eyes here, somewhat like that. Yeah, it's not perfect, but that'll do for now. Let's go something like this. And let's try to create an iris too. For that, I'm going to edit mode, shift duplicating this plane, separate by selection, take that, origin to geometry, same thing that we did with the ears. Scale it down, the edit mode, extrude. Looks weird maybe, but I mean it'll do, I think. For me, it's okay. We select these two objects, scale it down a little. So we got an eyes, right? And now for the second eye, we again use the mirror modifier. Um, oh shoot, yeah. You can use a modifier only on one object. If you select tool like here and try to add a modifier, well, you can. Yeah, only adds on the first one, apparently. Well, I guess you could do this as well. It works, but I mean, if for any reason you want to group the items, you can group them by pressing, I believe, G. No? Wasn't it G? Oh, now it's grouped, right? Yeah, you can do it by pressing Ctrl and J, apparently. Ctrl J. As you can see here, now it's a circle 5. It's a new object, but before it was two separate objects. Anyways, you apply mirror modifier. The thing about mirror modifier, I'll show it again. We're gonna do the mouth here. We go to edit mode, duplicate, right click, be separate by selection. Do this, origin geometry, move down, scale on Z. And yeah, let's talk about the mouth. In this case, we need to cut we need to add some more vertices so we can shape it the way we want. So in the previous video we learned about cutting. It's Ctrl R, right click to center, and now if I do something like this, you see now it looks like a smile somewhat. So, and if I want to both sides to be equal, both edges of the mouth to be equal, it's hard to do manually. I would rather just delete one side completely, like this, delete vertices, and just apply a mirror modifier to this one. Let me first do the thing. Scale along the X, something like this. Yay. And extrude the plane, something like this. And now add mirror modifier, so it reflects it here. And the thing I want to say with mirror modifier, yeah, it works, but sometimes, usually, as you could see with the eyes and with the ears, it might reflect on itself. Like you may not see the duplicate of an mirror modifier. Let's take this example. We create the cube, right? And uh, let's try to add mirror modifier to this cube. You see, nothing happens, even though we added the mirror modifier. Even if we move around, you you can't see the duplicate. It's because it mirrors along itself, along its origin point. Origin point is on the center, meaning they're overlapping now. If we move the origin point, we select object, press Ctrl and dot. By that we can now interact with the origin point. We move it, as you can see, it's here. But since origin point, it's mirror along origin point, this orange circle is hidden. We can also mirror along some other objects. Let's say if we mirror along, if we press the selection icon here and select an object like this, it's mirrored along this object, as you can see. So yeah, that's the thing you should know and be aware of, basically. Okay, cool. Now we go for a hair thing. Hair is a simple one. I'm not hair cut master myself, but all I'm doing basically pressing Ctrl R, cutting, putting it to the side like this, and now we have extra lines with that we can work with. And I'm simply gonna extrude it. We're gonna press Ctrl Shift Alt and select the side like this, all the sides. Shift and select the top as well. and use extrude along the normals. Um, Apparently I can't do it with the top one selected. So extrude like this. It looks weird, yeah, I know, but and remove these lines. I don't need them. Edges. Oh shoot. I can't do that. Okay, okay. It's not what I planned, but let's see. I selected everything and extruded it like this. So this is basically our hair here. In the edit mode, it looks like this, but when you go to object mode, like it looks all right, I guess, right? So this is our head, and everything else is gonna be it's gonna use the same techniques for different cases. Let's say for the neck, we need separate object, so we duplicate the plane, right click, separate by selection, go to object mode, right click, set origin to geometry, scale, edit mode, extrude. We got the neck. And now I'm gonna fast forward and build the rest of the body. Uh, and I'm gonna stop and talk on the parts maybe necessary to explain. But other than that, that's about it. Yes, I want to talk about something interesting called snap. You here have I believe this is the magnet icon, and you can here select the snap target. Usually you select the face. What it means is if it's turned on and if you want to move like if your cursor on the plane that you want to snap to, let's say we were moving this object, right? If it's on the plane, you see how it's like kind of stick and doesn't go like further. It's stick to this plane, meaning there is like it's perfectly aligned. relatively to the plane. We do that so we can have no gaps in between, not overflowing, not overlapping each other objects. That's a cool thing to have. You choose what kind of snap you want here, and the other way to turn it on is just click Control. You hold the Control, and yeah, when you hover over the plane you want to snap into, it's just gonna turn on. If you release the Control, it's gonna go through. Or otherwise, you can just click here and turn it on off manually too. Here, I want to talk about what I just did. To be precise, it's the wireframe mode. Thing is, whenever you wanna like select multiple things like this with the mouse, On the first glance, it seems like you select the whole thing, right? But if you turn around, you can see that you missed some edges, like vertices, etc. So yeah, if you want to make your life easier and select everything with the mouse at once, if you go to wireframe mode and do the same thing again, like this, as you can see, you can select everything, both front and back at the same time. So good thing to keep in mind. So my recording was got corrupted, and because of that, I lost some of the footage here. But I'm gonna go through the main parts. How I did, for example, this one. It's simply like I created the. Let me show you. Well, I have a. Let's say no. Let's make it plain instead. I have a plane. I rotated this. Shrink it a little, something like that. And I went to edit mode and cut it in half. Again, selected those two vertices, deleted them. I have one half and simply moved it along the x-axis like this, you see? Now it's still this half and we just simply apply mirror modifier and here we go. We got this shape, basically. And what else? Hands you know how to do. The jacket is basically, um, let me not hide, let's create one here. So we have, let's say, cube, right? We have a cube. Let's say this is the body of the character, and with shift duplicated here, right click, and scale it. Now, let me try to see. Yeah, now we have two cubes. One is bigger and one is smaller inside. What makes our jacket clothes is basically removing this part, not the edge, come on, face, you see? And also I made multiple cuts here in order to make it look like it's like this place is open. I went back to edit mode, Control R to cut, made two cuts like this, and another two cuts here like this. Also one here too. And I removed all the unnecessary faces. Like these ones. Let's see. Remove faces. Now we got something like this. This is the jacket, pretty much. Here goes the neck. Here goes the neck. And this is our jacket. You could also make another cut for the hands here, like to something like this. But it's like just simply playing with the it's the matter of preference. You don't have to do it because anyways, it's not shown here because the arms, yeah, this is simply block character, so arms attached directly. You can see this hole. If you want to go full detail later, you could do that. Play around, try your own thing, and yeah, you may come up with more complex shapes. But that's basically it for the jacket body part. For the legs, I don't remember if you have the legs one, but I think you do. For the earphones here, I just created, I think I took a cube again, yeah, like whatever, and shrinked it along the Z. Make it something like this. And again, edit mode, a bunch of cuts. Like this, I believe. If I select the face and move it like this, select the face, move it. If you wonder how I oh shish, I moved it. You gotta move it along the axis so it's straight. X, yeah, now it's straight. If you wonder how I like selected all this around the object, I pressed Shift and Alt, then selected it like here. That way you select everything. There is no problem with that. So yeah, I just did this and another cut here and remove everything here. Select faces, remove this, remove faces, and we got this shape. And I filled the remaining parts with simply selecting edges and pressing F. We got this shape. This is basically what you see here. Yeah, it's like slightly different, slightly thicker, little here, but it's like doesn't matter. It's a matter of a choice. So we got this, and for the speakers, for this part, we gotta do something like this. Yeah, basically 2 cubes, nothing special. Can make it bigger, smaller, then move and control. I'm using control to, as said before, to stick it to the plane. Y1. Okay. Yeah, that's basically it. Apply mirror modifier and select the object, and here we go. We got speakers. And yeah, that's basically it.